Oh, buying power right here. Hey Joe, how you doing, man? Thank you. I'm having some issues with my yeah, I'm having issues with my volume. Hopefully it's working. I just had an OBS update and is that working now? Let me see if it's working. It says it's working, but I am not sure if it's working. I know there's a delay. I'll go forward and see if you can actually hear me. Um, I'll give it just a second, see if you can actually hear me. Yeah, that was kind of crappy. Just had an update and it even my live stream thing is not working. It's just really weird. I may have to change some things. Okay, now it says that I'm working here. Even my live stream thing. Okay, I hear myself. Awesome. All right. Oh, you got it. Thank you, Joe. So back to what I was saying. Yesterday I bought some Tesla. I traded Tesla to the downside. Had a fantastic trade down. Huge day yesterday for me on Tesla, breaking this long LRC level, and also the other LRCs when it was working yesterday. Traded all the way down. I scaled out here. I know I didn't put together yesterday's video, but I'll briefly go over just this one trade from yesterday. Came down. I held this all the way to 385. I did exit right here, but it was a crazy good trade. Um, but then once I told the group that because of the strength of Tesla, that and it wicking back up off of these levels, if I got back above 385, I was going to get in some Tesla calls. And so that's what I did. I got in Tesla calls and I wanted to swing them overnight. And so I held them. This gave me a lot of confidence. I wasn't, when this happened, I was like, well, I'm going to take a loss on these. But then at the end of the day, it shot up and got above this level. I felt really good about that. And then this morning, this is what happened. So had a great, huge day today for me. Um, First thing I looked at, excuse me, got a tickle in my throat. If you look at the anchored LRC, I also had the long LRC showing up right here. Um, this is my pink mean, my next level right here. I don't know if you guys can see that in on the video, but it highlighting these. Once I pushed down into the 390, 392 zone that I had drawn, and all of these zones I give in my Discord every day. If you guys didn't know, I provide those to the group. All the everyone that's a member gets has access to all the support resistance levels. Um, so anyhow, the once I saw the buying pressure coming in here, I got in on this candle right here, and I was already in calls from the day before, and those just were printing. Um, Man, they were. I held those all the way until uh, let's see, where was it? I think I got out. I think I got out on all of them on this candle here. I decided to go ahead and hop out right here. So really easy trade. Got in, went up. I scaled out. I took some off at the 399. I actually held all the way up to the 402. I took the rest off at the 402 level. I wanted to hit the long LRC line, but of course I didn't get. I don't think. I think it. Well, it actually got there. Look at this. It got there at the end of the day. Pretty amazing, right? How good it works. Um, so I did hop out all but one or all but one on each of my trades. So I just held this all the way back here and um, and traded up, and I ended up getting out right there. So it was a monster of a trade. Really good. So that was a great trade on the day. I did get also into AMD. AMD was a really good trade at this point right here. I didn't catch the early down, but we were talking in the group today, and I just told everyone, hey, I'm going to take AMD puts if it crosses below this structure. So what I was liking was this consolidation. And I didn't get in it early. I could have got in it here. I honestly wasn't paying attention to it at this time. I think we were looking at something else. I was also in IWM. So I wasn't really focusing on AMD through all of this. So if you're asking, well, why didn't get in here? That's a legitimate question. I would have got in right here normally and then just held unless, and held this for the downside. But I didn't get in there. I actually got in at this level. Let's see, where did we get in? Oh, you know what? I take that back. It was here that I didn't get in. I did get in here. This is where I got in. So I was looking for the rejection of this 130. I got in here, and several of us in the group got in this. And it took forever for it to get and finally drop. But I held it, held it, held it. Never had a reason to get out. I almost got out there. And typically my rules, if you guys have watched me before, is two consecutive greens over the 20. But the reason I didn't is it literally stopped right here. And so when I have a close right next to it, like if this candle came up here and closed, I probably would have exited. But it didn't do it. So I held, I held. I know I had a couple members. They had this move, this small move here. They got into profit. And they just exited right when the drop happened. I felt bad for them, so that really sucked. They got out right before that the big move happened, and so I was able to get this move all the way down. I exited all but a couple, and then when it started going sideways, I went ahead and hopped out the rest of the way. I think it was on like these candles here. Um, but really easy. Hopefully you can see how to use this strategy. It's very simple. Now this is set up if yours isn't matching. I'm using the version 5, the LRC version 5, and I'm also using uh, the width multiplier of 2. And I find that I spread it out some. It depends on how the day's going and what's going on with the stock. You don't have to spread it out, but sometimes when you've got a very tight channels, you really have like no movement from candle to candle. They still respect them, but for me, I like having a little bit a wider range sometimes. So that's why I created the version 5 with multiplier 2 with the multiplier, and you can spread that multiplier however far you want to. Like if I were to put that on 3, you can see how much they spread there, and it still works. All it does is open them up. Um, and so it comes in, it's very, very handy. It's probably one of the best changes that I've made in the strategy. Um, but anyhow, it you can just see how much it's respected. I did get out right here. I could have held all the way to there. I didn't. I decided to exit, and so I exited. I got out. Really good trade on AMD. And then I did get a good SPX trade today as well as an IWM trade. So, oh, I did take an IWM loss at the start of the day because I took an IWM call right here. And so I held it, held it, held it. I was hoping I would get a move up. I started getting this move, I believe. Where did I get out at? Yeah, I got out. I think I got out like right here because I thought I was going to get a move to go further up and get into profit, but I didn't. It started coming back down, so I exited that trade. That's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. So, um, looked good starting out, but it didn't work out. But I did catch IWM to the downside once it broke here. I kind of hedged my bets a little bit. I entered on this red candle I did not enter on this green candle. I waited to see what was going to happen after this one. A lot of times I will enter right after this one. This one I did not. I waited and it worked out. So I got in as this was passing the close of this candle, and I traded it straight down to I scaled out one on the LRC, and I scaled out or took all profit at 236, which that was like perfection, man. It hit it exactly the way I expected it to. And also, if you're looking at, how to trade this like during the day, once again, it's just super simple. All you have to do is just wait for it to get above or below your 20 or 200 EMA. Wait for maybe a retest. If you see something like this where it pulls back down, like this could have been a trade, but you'd be trading into this, but you could have traded and scalped. Right here, you could have entered. You got your pullback, your push up, take a little off, go up to this one, take some more off, get back below this level, you exit. So, it's not the best trade, but you could actually trade this move through the 200 and the 20. You could have attempted this, um, draw your trend lines, get your break up over your 20. You're rejecting your major level, you're rejecting your yellow LRC, and then enter here above. And if it goes against you, you get out. So if you're going to attempt trading the gap, if there's a big enough gap from the 200 and the 20 EMA, go for it if you're willing to risk it. I typically don't like that risk, but there's a lot of great, huge moves that you can get if you go for it. But that just depends on each individual trader. To me, I'm making enough money and profit every day that I don't have to risk those trades. However, if you do, just know your risk. You'll be a successful trader if you know when you're getting out. And let's just say you get in this trade, it goes up, and then your next candle comes down. Well, then you have to say, okay, if it gets back below this level here, whatever it is for you, that's your risk out, or maybe below the yellow. For me on this, I would have probably drawn the trend line both ways. And if it came back below and closed below this trend line, I would have exited. That's only if I would do, I typically wouldn't make that trade though, or take that trade. There's guys in the group that do though. They take those trades and they do extremely well with them. Once again, you could have entered here. That's a perfect entry. You got your move down above a level, next candle up, crosses over structure to the left. Boom, really good trade there. Wouldn't trade into a level. You could have probably taken this one here as it pushed back up. Not a whole lot, but yeah, a little bit of profit there. That would have been a small scalp or small profit. Um, but the best trade would have been when you start seeing the 20 EMA curl down, you get consolidation like this. This is money. This is money. This is what you want to look for. And you see this consolidation. That's your entry, that candle. Don't look back. Take it, let it go. If it goes back up above the major level, the 238 in this case, or back up, you can use the 20 EMA as your exit or the 200 as your exit. The great thing is you have all your options in one spot, right? And if you get in that, that's what you get. Beautiful trade. Just easy, 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 easy. Um, Most of our trades were very easy today. So, well, just about every day, really. If you have any questions, Joe, feel free. Feel free to ask. Um, let's see. I have one other. What was my other trade? Oh, SPX. So let me look at SPY. SPY was a good trade. Where did I get in? It wasn't like a huge trade, but it was a decent trade. It was a couple $100, but SPX doesn't. SPX adds up quick. I cannot remember where I got it. Let me see where I got it. It was not this late. I don't believe it was this late. I'm think thinking it was one of two areas. I honestly can't remember, but okay, for what it's worth, we'll just go over where you could have entered, and because that's really what you guys want to see is how to trade this strategy. So, of course, you see the red LRC held up. It doesn't have to actually hit it for it to be, a level that it's respecting. Get close to my long LRC, um, back and forth, consolidating above, below, above, back below, comes down, hits the cyan again, and this is what you look for. You get this move. You could have entered right here. This would have been an entry for me, typically. Beautiful entry location. Actually, it may be where I entered. I think it is where I entered now that I think about it, because me and a couple other guys got in this too, and we had to hold into the drawdown of this candle wicking up. So yes, this was where we had got in, and then we finally got this move down to this LRC. And I exited. I took one off here. I held for a bit. I honestly can't remember if I got to here, but anyhow, I'll do better tomorrow. This is kind of a rushed video. Um, Me and my wife just got back, so didn't have a whole lot of time to prepare. Just wanted to get one out for you guys. Um, so anyhow, this is where we entered. Great entry. Boom, got in, held through this. Could have re-entered a new one, another one here if you wanted to, once you get a pass through this area of consolidation, and it dropped down and we exited. So decent trade for SPX. And that's pretty much it. The rest you could have easily, you know, if you were a different type of trader, like more of an all-day trader, you can you could spread these further out if you wanted to, give yourself much bigger levels. Once you get below a level, just hop in, and then as long as you don't get back above that level, just stay in it until you're ready to take profit. That is one way of trading. You don't have to do that with SPX, of course. That would be very difficult because this move right here would take away all your profits from, even if you were in from up here, you'd probably be at zero at this point or very close to. Um, so yeah, you can use the spread if you want to trade like a little bit longer term during the day. We typically kind of scalp as we trade. I have been holding for many hours. What indicator are you using for the green support area? Let me see which one you were talking about. Were you talking about when I was on SPY, Mark? These here? I'll wait for you. There's a delay. Are you talking about this one here, or these horizontal dash lines? Uh, the green zone, the one where, okay, let me go. Where was I at? I was on was it on Tesla? I think it was Tesla. I just draw them in. This one? This one right here? I wish it wasn't so delayed. I don't know if I can change that. I'll see if I can. Mm, okay. Okay, the delay is crazy. I just saw your yep. Um, that's how delayed it is. Okay, I draw them in. So what I do is when I go in, I do all of these levels every single day. This looks really messy because I'm in a 1 hour chart, but when you get into a 2 hour or a 2 minute, it's like this. But I go back and I chart out these every single day, and this is nothing more than I take the rectangle tool and I'll draw a box. I have one that I've preset as default, kind of a red color. And then like when I want it to be support, I just come down to more. I go to this one, and then all I have to do is drag this down to whatever green I want it to be, which I just try to find green. I don't really care. And I keep a transparency of like 86. And then it just turns it like that. And then what I do is I typically keep one of those on my chart so I don't have to keep doing it. And then say, for instance, this is my next level. I'll just drag it. Whoops. Struggling here. Try again. I'll just grab this and, drag it and put it wherever I want it. I can move it up and down. So that's how I put that one in. You can see there's where it ends. So I can delete it and put it back. So I just draw them in, and I don't typically draw these. So if I have very defined, what I'm going to say, pretty defined pivot levels that I put in like these, um, I have noticed that Tesla was consolidating a lot in this area. So I wanted to give myself some room. I didn't want to not realize I had, like when I was on a lower time frame, early days starting, and have a close right here and then trade right into this level and then get smacked. So when I put in levels like that, I do it so that I know, it tells me that to make sure that I'm actually below both levels before I get into a put, if that makes any sense. And I typically want to see a break, a retest, and then confirmation. And the main reason for that is because the algos or the market makers will trap you. They'll move one big down candle, get all the sellers trapped, everybody get in, and then they push it straight back up, and it's a failed move below a level, and then they go with it, and then you're stuck with a major loss. Um, so when you break through big levels, you want to see a move up like here, a pullback, a retest, and then your entry. That's what I suggest. That's how I trade. I've just learned over time, like this right here. This was actually a really good retest of this 399 level. This is exactly what you want to see. A move up, a pullback, buying pressure, you enter on that candle. Of course, now in this case, you're trading into 402, but ignore the 402. Just the example. I'm just showing the example of a break and retest. That's what you want to see. Same thing here. You want to see that buying pressure kicks in, you enter back to the upside, off of what I call major levels. um, all the levels matter to me, but these are my support resistance that I draw in every day, and I provide to the guys in the Discord. And if you guys want to join, you're welcome to come in. We do have a free section that's actually growing quite a bit, and we also have a members section in there. Yep, no problem, man. Um, and so, yeah, if you're interested in joining, their link will be in the description below. And let's see, I think that was it for me today. I did not I did not make any other trades. I noticed there were tons of opportunities. There is every single day. And I don't know if this is your first time seeing this, Mark. I think Joe's been around before, but I trade I use these grids. This is what I use I have I trade with 4 monitors, and this is what I have on my upper monitors. I have 2 sets of 12, so I have 24 um, stocks that I watch, or charts that I watch. And on those charts, every one of them, I have my anchored LRCs. I have the 20 EMA, which is white. And the reason I turn them white is because my monitors are up high. It's just easier for me to see the white 20 EMA and then the yellow 200 EMA. So that's the only reason they're white on here. On my trading chart, it's red and green. Um, and also, all my indicators are available either in my Discord or in the Use Think Script forum. You can find I have a thread in there with this strategy. they call it Trust the Levels if you're looking for it. And all my indicators, my grid, my workspace, my chart. Again, if only if you're interested, it'll be in there for you. So this is what I look at, and this is what I basically call out to the group each day when I see setups happening or starting. I will give everybody a heads up. Hey, check it out. We're about to break through a level. Look at Microsoft is breaking down. I'm getting ready to enter, and then the people that want to enter that with me or get in that trade, we get in it together, or we don't. We have guys that go. They use the same strategy, but they trade all kinds of other stocks, futures. One guy basically just trades futures, and he's killing it. So um, anyhow, I wanted to show you the grid if you weren't familiar with how I basically daily trading. I use 24 charts that I pay attention to as I'm trading, and then let me get back to the LRC. But that's about it. I think unless you guys have any questions, I am going to head out and call it a night. Um, and hopefully that was educational to a degree and helps you guys. I'd like to get feedback if I could from some of you if you are using it or trying the strategy. And also I help everyone for free. So if you come in or shoot me a DM or ask, I'll have you can come into my Discord and or I can help you by doing it this way if you have questions and would like for me to go over something for you. If anyone with my name addresses anyone or tries to DM you or friend request anyone, it isn't me. I don't do that. I will not do that. I don't sell anything. I don't sell Bitcoin, crypto. I don't sell courses. All I have is a membership portion of my Discord. That's it. And then we just trade live in that area. So anyhow, I hope you guys have a great evening. I hope you had a green day. And I'm looking forward to another day tomorrow. I'll see you guys on the next video.